What's cracking? This is Lush World. We are back with another installment. You feel me? Going up. Very, very excited. We're bringing back our interview series. Of course, with me at all times, my better half.
Comparator, homie, what's up?
Comparator in the building. What's up, Eddie?
What's up, Eddie?
What's cracking? And coming with us, making her debut on the Lush World platform, amidst a lot of conversation and a lot of energy. Let them know who you are.
Carolyn Rodriguez,
Ooh.
aka Medicine Girl.
That's right. Why they call you that?
Well, I used to push all the good meds. You know what I mean?
Like the bolsita?
Yeah.
Oh,
I had it all.
That's right.
But also, medicine for your soul too. That's for medicine for your soul. So it's like a double meaning. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you're born in Fayetteville, right? North Carolina.
Yep.
Home of J. Cole.
Yes.
Home of there's a lot of dope artists in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Do you ever have you ever heard of Little Brother before? Do you know what Little Brother is? Really dope rap group.
Okay.
North Carolina.
Okay.
Ninth Wonder, great producer. Obviously Petey Pablo.
Yeah.
But you moved to Texas. You were how old?
I was 19 when I got to Texas.
Okay.
So pretty much my whole adult life was in Texas.
And
besides the 6 years I was out here.
So you spent your whole adult life eating Mexican food that's comprised of melted Kraft cheese over ground beef?
Yeah, Texas
No.
food sucks, huh?
Hell no.
I'm just trying to get clarification here.
Houston has the best
No, it doesn't.
Mexican food.
The best.
The best. I don't care what anybody says. I know this because I've been in both places, so I can tell you. And also, I've been to one of the first taco trucks that you would have ever seen. Was in Houston. They used to be in the valley, near the border, and they came to Houston. So I was around the first taco trucks when they used to be around. They used to give you the frijoles charros, in the cup, nice and hot and shit for free while you waited on your tacos.
That's
Some dope shit. You know what I mean? And
Where in LA?
It's actually this place called Taco Madre in Houston, man. It was one of the first taco trucks I ever experienced, and they ended up turning into a bigger spot because their shit got so big. But yeah.
So am I tripping? Is there not melted Kraft singles over the food? Is that not a thing?
No, no Taco Bell shit. No.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Del Taco
no.
shit.
We don't have Del Taco.
Damn.
But you guys got Wakala Burger.
What?
Whataburger?
Oh,
Yeah,
Whata.
what the fuck burger?
Yeah,
What the fuck
Whataburger.
burger?
I love Whataburger.
In-N-Out all day.
Whataburger fries over In-N-Out fries.
Well, In-N-Out fries are kind of like cardboard.
In-N-Out fries, you need to have the manimal style, or else
Yeah, you
they are
have to. They're not any
complete trash.
good. Yeah.
You know, I used
If you had Whataburger fries, I bet you if they did the animal style and they had the Whataburger fries, In-N-Out would be killing it.
No. Whataburger is like a Jack in the Box.
Yeah,
Over
because
here, right?
but also
No.
Carl's Jr.-ish.
No, it's not. It's
Yes,
really
it
not.
is. Yes, it is.
it's higher quality than Jack in the Box. I used to work at Whataburger, by the way.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Where
yes,
at?
I did. I worked at Whataburger in a town called Prescott, Arizona.
Okay.
I was the same age. I was 18 at the time.
They do have Whataburgers there in AZ,
Yeah, and I moved out there, and I wound up. So at the time, I was in a rehab or whatever. I was just a crazy kid doing stupid shit. Wound up running away.
I'm a
with some
rehab
girl.
kid.
Yeah. Oh,
That's right.
Oh, rehab kids in the building.
Let's relapse.
But yeah, relapse gang. But we wound
Medicine
up.
girl, let's get it.
Yeah, I wound up getting a job at Whataburger on some I need a job, and yeah, it's horrible things they do in their food.
It's whack.
I did some horrible.
I think
things.
all fast food is horrible things they do because I was at Wendy's for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Remember that? Those
What's
couple
horrible
days
things?
were
Like
pretty.
what are you guys talking about?
Just the standard of quality.
It's all dirty?
Of the food.
Yeah.
How the
Dirt
food
bag?
comes before it's prepared and cooked.
Comes,
Probably is what you're talking about,
And
right?
if people are, if you piss off them people, they gonna do something.
Spit on it and
Be
all that?
polite.
They'll jizz in it.
Oh, that's what you
If they
said.
have
Come on.
enough-
Food comes.
Yeah, food comes. No pun intended. If you have enough time to,
No wonder you went there.
yeah, I need it.
You're like-
Where's it at? Where's it at? Dick burger with cheese. No,
Whoa.
yeah, nah. It's really. I love Texas. I just want to put it out there.
Shout out to
I love
Big T.
Texas. I love Texas music, culture. It's one of my favorite places. Houston is one of, as a hip hop historian, to me,
Yeah.
DJ Screw is
Oh yeah.
a quintessential icon.
For sure.
UGK. There's just so much Ghetto Boy, Scarface. So much history.
That's who I started listening to. That's what brought me to Houston. That type of.
Okay, I was
right
going to ask you. So
too.
why did you move over there?
You know, like when I was in the medicine girl phase of life, you know, I was really doing it. I was really doing it out there. We went out to Port Arthur, Texas.
That's where UGK is from.
And I was listening to UGK at the time.
R.I.P. Pimp C.
Yes, R.I.P. Pimp C, great. And so I'm down there and I hear Pimpin' the Pen by Lil Kiki and it's Screwed and Chopped. And I'm like, what is this shit? You know what I mean? Like what is this? And I was down there for like business, you know what I mean? But to hear that, I was like, man, I need more of this. I need more of this. Where's some more of this shit? And then that's when I found out about like the DJ Screw tapes and stuff like that. And I was getting them in the store. And then I was like, oh, I got to go out there. I got to get to Houston. And then when I ended up out there, like in Huntsville, it was only like an hour from Houston. And I just started like kind of entering talent shows on the radio station. And then I was like, yeah, I'm going to Houston.
Okay, you mentioned literally probably one of my top 10 favorite rap songs of all time. I'm draped up and dripped out.
Know what I'm talking about.
3 in the morning, getting the gat out the stash spot. Come on, man. That's literally.
Hell yeah.
Okay, you were a real one. So you actually went to the screw shop, the actual store.
Yes, sir. I have been to the screw shop. It's been a long time since I've been to the screw shop, man. But I did because I had my Medicine Girl album, Screwed and Chopped by Lil Randy.
Okay.
The SUC. He did my Screw and Chop, and that's why I'm like, damn, I'm the first like female to actually have like a album released, all original album released, like Screw and Chop version.
What year was that?
2008.
Wow. Okay. Very, very, very dope.
Yeah.
So
it's real cool because it was part, and so now, and then I started just doing Screw and Chop versions, and then I did Screw What They Think because I had like a Fuck What They Think mixtape series, and then I did Screw What They Think. You know what I mean? It was like Screw and Chop by DJ Red. Shout out to DJ Red. Shout out to DJ Randy.
That's so far.
So Red works at the Screw Shop too, so.
That's literally like I'm obsessed with that culture and that history so much. Like I love Texas rap, and it definitely
has its own sound. You know what I mean? It's just its own thing. Houston is just its own. It's like own bubble.
It's its own
sound.
ecosystem. It's completely its own planet. There's artists in Houston that are icons that can't walk a block without getting flocked by fans or whatever. Everyone, but outside of the state of Texas are
yeah.
Like you brought up Lil Kiki. Now people know about Lil Kiki. He had some hits, but for the most part,
but they don't know about him here. I don't think.
Not like that.
Because when I mention him here, like, and I'm not being like, I'm not hating or anything like that. I'm just being real. Like, when I mention him here, like, I don't hear anybody. So when you reacted the way you did, I'm like, what?
I'm different though. But the Lil Kiki song people would know probably is that "Gotta be a G till the day I die."
Yeah, or Southside. The radio hit.
Southside. That's another one of the best songs of all time. But that's like such a previous era, because I want to say Southside came out in like 95, 96. Like so did Pimp the Pen.
Really?
No,
I think Southside came out a little later.
Maybe. It was for sure the 90s.
Because I was in college I remember being in college when that one came out. So that had to be like 2000, 99 or maybe 99.
Yeah, late
98, 99.
Yeah. But that's okay. Man, you cooking with grease already. You feel me? The perfect.
I know my hip hop now.
Yeah, you do know your hip hop. That's lit. Now, Medicine Woman, all right? Medicine Girl?
Medicine Girl, yeah.
Can you elaborate like on what your activities were? The statute of limitations have already passed, so.
Let's just say there's just a couple things that I didn't move. I didn't mess with, you know.
You weren't moving meth.
Yeah, I wasn't moving meth or crank or speed or powder, anything like that.
All the good shit you didn't move.
Right. Just the other stuff.
Yeah. So
all the other stuff. So like pills, like
the bunk tree.
And the thing is like everything that I was dealing with besides weed, I stopped due to like something tragic happening. You know, to a friend. And it's like that was messed up, like to feel like, you know, kind of like responsible for it, even though it's like, okay, they're gonna get it somewhere else anyway, but still,
right,
just still to feel like, you know, like, damn, you know.
I remember when I used to sell dope back in the day, and long time ago, galaxy far, far away. And
last year.
I remember 2 weeks ago. yeah.
Just kidding.
I remember this dude who was one of my knocks, and he was like some rich ass fool, and he would cop like zips at a time of blow, and sometimes less, but he was a good custody for sure. And one time I served him, and then later that night, he's sending me pictures of his fucking girlfriend throwing up like, look what your coke made my girlfriend throw up. I'm like, bro, don't ever.
Dog, come on, dog.
Yeah, bro. She needed a little something extra. She was a big girl.
Real quick.
She was a big girl.
You're my chaka.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what it was.
No, but I was like, bruh, don't ever text me no bullshit like that again, homeboy. But like, trust me, I've had those same thoughts go through my head.
Because you contributed to it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, motherfuckers are adults now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Was it like when you see a friend become like an addict or something on it? It's like, oh my god. Or what? The crazy thing is that, you know, like one of the weed plug actually died off of, you know, Xanax. Like he took a lot of bars, and like he went like head on towards a semi truck. And died like that.
R.I.P.
Left behind a whole family and everything. Yeah, R.I.P. to him. And it was like, I was like, man, like that right there will open your eyes up to it. And it was like, damn. So I quit moving those pills after that happened to him. Yeah, I quit doing that. And then I had another friend that actually died off of mixing, like he was like mixing Vicodin and Xanax and Coke and like all kinds of shit. But he died.
Well, you're taking out all your customers.
So I was like, man, no more pills. No more pills. You know what? Pills are done.
Yeah.
We're done with pills. We're just going to stick with weed.
The weed was whack, huh?
But at first it was crack. It was crack before, you know, before anything else.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Saca la bolsita.
Saca la bolsita.
Yeah.
Now, so are you 100% Chicana, or are you mixed?
No,
or
I'm not Chicana.
She's a wood fool.
I am. So my mom's white, and my dad is from Spain.
Okay.
But his dad is half Mexican, so my great grandfather is. So.
Okay. We're conquering the conquistadors.
We're on everything. We're a little bit of just everything. Yeah.
Okay. No, because like the name implies.
That's from my dad.
Okay. But that's Rodriguez directly from.
My daddy. From my daddy's daddy. Yeah. From.
Okay.
And that my daddy's daddy's daddy, because you know in Spain you use like the father's last names when you do the hyphenated last name.
Right.
So that came from the Mexico side.
You don't see that too often. That's interesting.
Exotic.
Yeah. It is kind of exotic.
Yeah, exotic.
It's reverse osmosis, like like genetic.
It is.
Yeah, that's fire. Did you was music a part of your life from a young age? Did you know that you had talent, or was it not till you moved to Texas?
Oh yeah, I knew. Because I would like always sing, like, and my parents, they have parties and shit, and I would always sing like Linda Ronstadt. Like I would sing the whole fucking tape, like without the tape, like a cappella. So they really got annoyed with it. So yeah, I knew.
At what point did you realize, like, okay, not only can I sing, but this might actually be something that people want to hear?
Only when people want to hear was like, I always knew people liked it. You know what I mean? I always knew people liked to hear me sing. Like from the very beginning, whenever I'd perform, it was like people would shut the fuck up. Like they wouldn't talk any more shit to me. And so I was like, okay, it works. You know, people can't be mad at me when I sing. So, but but I realized that it was gonna be like something that to like be to do something for a career. Like this is what I want to do. Like I found that out in college when I was doing those talent shows and shit, and I had gotten like, I started to record in studios and stuff like that, and it just you know, it's just kind of organic, just natural, keep happening. Yeah, and someone hears you, oh shit, I want you on my stuff, you know, like, and then I started kind of getting used to recording in studios, and then we weren't doing like Pro Tools. Nowadays it was like analog. So
straight cut in 2-inch reels and shit.
You're the person doing the chorus for all the rappers, so you have to do your shit. You have to record your shit 3 or 4 times. There's no copy paste. You know what I mean?
Do you know who Tasha is? Tasha is the girl on the hook to Thuggish Ruggish Bone by Bone
Oh,
Thugs
okay.
and
She's badass.
Right. So tell me why, like, me and my homies have this thing where every time there's an uncredited singer on a rap song, it's Tasha.
Really?
That's what
you know what? And I'm that person that's always wondering who's singing on that and who's not getting the credit, because that's fucked up. They never got the credit.
It's always Tasha, even though it's
She
not.
didn't get no credit?
It's really never Tasha. It's just funny because that's like the
inside
one
thing?
She didn't get credit on that song, but she was smart enough to say her name. If you listen towards the end of that song,
Tasha.
yeah, Tasha.
I remember that part.
Cleveland,
Yeah.
definitely in the house. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
right. So every girl that doesn't get credit
That's
on a
right.
rap song, holler at Tasha for your royalties now. But
Right.
I just always that always stuck out to me. So how did you, when you were like a young girl, did you identify like with your like Rasa roots, or were you more like a white girl in the country, or like what was like early Carolyn swag?
No, early Carolyn was more like identify with like black people, because like
Okay.
that was where I grew up in that neighborhood.
Yeah. So you were grew
Yeah.
up around predominantly black people.
But also, not true. I would like every summer. Oh, sorry. Every summer we're in Spain, right? So I'm spending 3 months because my parents are teachers, so they get the whole summer off, just like we do out of school. So we're 3 months out of the year in Spain. So I'm definitely in touch with my roots over there too. You know what I mean?
So you use the vosotros tense. You say yo tengo and yeah, okay.
I was doing all that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you Spanish. All right, I ain't mad.
So whenever I was in high school and like Chicano rap started, you know what I mean? That's when I started hearing like Proper Dose and Lighter Shade of Brown. I was instantly attracted to
What
that.
are you
I mean,
saying? All
that
my-
grabbed me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So obviously it was, it was meant, it was gonna happen.
That's
regardless.
so. She's okay. I did not mean for this to happen. First of all, I did not wear this Elijah Wan jersey to pander
yeah, the Rockets,
to
yeah.
Houston. This was accidental.
Oh, for
Yeah,
real?
I know it wasn't. You were
1,000
planning it.
No, I
Damn.
swear.
He was planning it. He's a
Oh.
good
No
liar.
knee pads. No knee pads. I did not bring knee pads.
Oh, yeah, he didn't
all
bring it.
But the fact that she brought up Pimp the Pen by Lil Kiki, and then when she brought up Chicano rap, the first name she said is Santa Monica, California, West
You
Side
nutted
LA.
on yourself, fool.
Proper Dose.
Oh, for sure. That was the first. That was
Salsa.
the first Chicano rap group I ever heard, and then Lighter Shade of Brown was after that. But first it was Proper Dose, and then and of course Kid Frost. But that wasn't. Kid Frost was not like. I don't think Kid Frost was then. He was after that, right?
No, Kid Frost had already come out. Like
He
so,
had?
so chronologically, with the groups that you just
Yeah.
said, Lighter Shade of Brown, Kid Frost was before, and then Proper Dose.
Oh shit! I heard
It
Proper.
was all around the same
first.
time. That's all early 90s.
Yeah. I heard them first, and then the other ones. But yeah, it was them.
That's crazy because
Yeah,
I
high school.
didn't realize that how far Proper Dose even reached, because that's such a regional thing. Especially like they're from West LA, same
Well-
side of town as me.
You're
Well,
from
I'm
West
also
Hollywood.
like I had friends that were not from there, that were from Arizona. I had this homegirl that was from Phoenix, and she was like turning me on to shit too.
Okay.
So that's probably what it was.
Okay. But something about that music resonated with you, like, and there's like,
Oh yeah, of course. And of course we're watching Blood In Blood Out at that time. Mi Vida Loca, those movies. I'm like, yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? It's about to be my Chola era. You know
Chola
what I
art
mean?
loading.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
And I went through that one for like a couple of years.
And that was
High school.
So basically, was that prior to Texas, or Texas is like, so that's young Carolyn.
Yeah.
Like
That's high school me.
slowly absorbing
Yeah.
Chicano culture, but not like from around you.
But I said, like, I remember I said in my high school yearbook, I said I was gonna go to either California or Texas. So I already knew I was going to one of the places. I wound up in both, but
Right. Right.
Uh-huh.
So, okay, at what point did you start gaining hella traction and momentum, and you had bigger artists and people like that looking at you?
I really didn't start making any kind of traction until I ended up on the SPM album.
Okay.
And I was on this song called The Dope House Family. It's like an 11-minute rap song. And I'm like the last person on there to rap.
And what year was that?
2006 it came
Okay.
out, yeah.
So that's right around the time you got busted, or
No, that was like 4 years after.
after, right?
Yeah. Worked on that album for a long time.
So like, how
That album
did
took forever.
what's the Carolyn SPM origin story?
Just that I had met him before he got busted, and then I left to finish my degree, and then I came back after he was busted, and his producer asked me to sing some stuff for him after I already had been a job working in the office at the label. And then I ended up just like getting fired from the office and just working in the studio full time. To be kind of like not just a singer, but kind of like a translator, an interpreter of some sort.
What do you mean by that?
A free world interpreter.
Like as far as because like conveying.
Yeah, like because there's only like letters and stuff. So, and visits here and there, but mainly letters. And so I would have to like interpret like as an artist what, vocals, where vocals should be with what beat and where they should be and how they should land, and just things like that. Just things that like as an artist, like you can explain better. Like you understand it better as an artist.
Right.
So the producer engineer doesn't really understand that as they're reading it.
Right.
Like you can, as an artist, and you're like, oh, okay. So it's my job to kind of explain it to the engineer, to Payne.
I got
He
you.
was the main engineer, and it was my job to kind of explain to him where things were supposed to go. And
So when was the first time you and SPM ever spoke? What was that like? Was it?
it was on the telephone.
Okay.
So. Oh no! I'm sorry. It wasn't on the telephone. It was in person, like at the Dope House. So it was like a long time ago, like 2001. Yeah.
And what was your initial impression of him?
He's like a charming guy. You know what I'm saying?
And at that point, like
Funny. He was funny.
explain to people, because a lot of people don't understand just how gargantuan SPM is as an artist, and just how much how big of a star at the time would you say he was in Texas? Like to the people that don't understand, this dude was selling 80,000, 100,000 out the trunk.
Yeah. At the time, he had just gotten his deal. When I first met him, he had just gotten his deal with Universal. So he was doing big numbers independently, and he had just sealed that deal with them. So he had gotten like a 3-album deal with them, and I know he was getting like a big budget, to put out big videos and stuff like that. Like he had, Baby Bash or Baby Beach then at the time, like they were doing a lot of videos. Happy Perez was producing a lot of the shit. He's a big time producer. Happy Perez, like he discovered Miguel. I mean, Happy Perez is like a multi-platinum producer now. It's so wild. Like shout out to Hap. But yeah, he had all that going, you know what I'm saying? And like he had his own record label. He had the biggest independent, to have an independent record label like that as a Mexican, you know what I'm saying? And rap label, and to be able to have pay employees, and also have your own distribution. They took over Southwest Wholesale, which was a big distribution company at the time with CDs. His brother took over Southwest Wholesale, and it became Hustletown Distribution. So it was like they also had like their own distribution. Like it was just like it was crazy. And then having all those artists on the roster, you know what I mean? Like. So, and then Juan Gotti ended up signing there, and then he started taking off doing big things after SPM was busted. But yeah, it was at the time he was at his peak, I would say, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely, had a lot of momentum, and had definitely like the Chicano community in California was for sure slapping him. There'd be a few outliers too that were up on game, but fools were slapping Wiggy and all that shit.
Yeah, he had come over here and done a whole his Power Moves album. He did all these songs with Kid Frost. So like he had done like 3 songs with Kid Frost, I think, shot videos and everything.
Yeah, that's great.
He came over here and did I think he had told me he was only here for 1 day in LA. He came here, did the shit with Frost, did a video or something, and then had to go or something. But he was here for did all that in 1 day or some
crazy
shit. But yeah.
Especially like back then when technology wasn't as advanced. There's a lot more, like you said, analog recording.
Yeah.
A lot more. The process of creating a record was far more time consuming.
More work.
Oh yeah. And when you're talking about a prison album, that's even more time consuming. That's something that can never even be explained, or you know what I'm saying? As far as that, it's just super time consuming. It took 4 years.
Right. That's
The second one took 2 years, so it didn't take as long a time. But
did he have to do that kind of on the under, or did he have permission, or because
you're not allowed to do that?
Right. That's what I thought. There's because X-Rated from California, from Sacramento, he did the same thing. Mac Dre did the same thing. Draco a few years ago, RIP, like wound up doing the same things.
Do you get more time if you get caught or what?
I mean, yeah, it's like for sure they could take
Violation?
good time or your.
Oh, it's free world time. Yeah, they can add on. Yeah.
Did you get caught? No?
No.
Nah.
I remember, no, never.
So what was your initial thoughts? Because you had already met the dude, you'd already worked with him, and you see him get busted. What was your initial thoughts when that happened?
I really wasn't really aware of it. I was kind of like gone at the time. I was like in college, finishing up. Like I had left back for a couple of years, and I didn't come back around until like 2004, so like 2 years after.
Okay.
So I was just kind of like, I was like, damn, this is fucked up, you know? Like when I heard about it, I was like, damn, this is messed up. But the engineer, Payne, he was like, you know, that's when he was telling me, well, Juan Gotti, you know, he's just gotten a deal and they need a royalty accountant because they just signed him. He signed with a major. So, you know, I know you just graduated with your degree and I like, you should go in for an interview, go work there. And I was like, hell yeah. So that's when I went back over there.
Okay.
Was to do the accounting and stuff like that, to do for publishing and stuff. And then that's when I ended up back in the studio and like working on the When Devils Strike album. So that was been 2004.
Okay.
So I worked on it for like 2 years of those 4 years. Payne was working on it for like 2 years before that, but.
And on top of that, you're kind of like acting as a liaison for.
Like basically like an interpreter, yeah, I would say, or liaison, yeah. It was, I don't even know what to call it. It's like, that was the closest thing I could think of.
Yeah, no, that makes perfect sense. That makes, you were like his eyes and ears.
Yeah.
You're like a surrogate, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Man, totally. So did the nature of the charges when you first heard what he got busted for, was that like, was that alarming to you or were you like?
Of course, that's alarming to anybody. Like, damn, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, dang, like, seriously?
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was, I mean, it's shock, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Did you believe it?
Huh?
When you
No,
first heard it?
of course not.
No?
Like, who would believe that? Like, what?
Yeah. I mean, that shit was crazy.
It was shocking, huh?
Yeah.
It was like, what
crazy.
the fuck?
Now, you wound up, though, unwavering in your belief in that man, regardless of that, you feel me? Like, when did you, like, come to terms, like, you know what, I don't believe this shit? Because when people hear an accusation like that, their first instinct's always to be like, fuck this fool, it's all bad, like, he's no good.
I guess the reason why is because, like, I had already previously met him. I already, you know what I'm saying? I kind of knew who he was, so it was kind of like, that's not going to be my first reaction is to believe the shit. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you don't know him or you never, then your first reaction would be, I would, yeah, if I didn't know him or anything, yeah, and it was some person that I'd never met before, then yeah, my first reaction would be not to believe it.
But you're like...
But you've already had your first impression of the person, you know what I'm saying? You've already been around them several times, like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just like, no, that's not, definitely not, you wouldn't think, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, it's the opposite. It's the opposite once you know somebody or once you've met somebody already and you already have formed in your brain what kind of person they are. Because I feel myself to be a pretty good judge of character, you know what I mean? I feel myself to be able to discern, you know, because I mean, usually like if somebody's like fake or fraud, man, I swear to like, I can just see right through it. And I'm turned off to them immediately.
Right.
And I just can't I can't be around them. And I can't even explain. I'm like, I don't know what it is about this person, but I just, you know.
You're repelled by the fuck.
Yeah.
That's why she didn't want to come in when she saw you.
I know. She was about to she was about to be out of here.
So she kept pushing the time.
Thank God you were here.
No.
Thank God you're good energy.
What had happened was...
What happened was...
Yeah.
I was online with customer service in this hurricane situation.
They weren't serving the customers.
They were not. No.
So, at what point did you and SPM wound up like becoming
together
more than friends?
Just like 2014.
Also, it was like several
After
years
that,
later.
whoa.
Like 10 years later.
Yeah. And just from y'all talking the whole time and all that.
Just from developing a friendship, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you guys allowed to like see each other in person and all that, or like?
Yeah, behind glass.
Okay. But y'all never actually got to like.
Not before the marriage, no.
Yeah, okay.
Texas prison's very like strict with that shit.
Oh yeah, Texas laws in general are not fucking playing in the slightest.
Really?
They're not. That's why I had moved here in the first place, because of the whole weed thing.
Yeah,
I got caught with a vape pen over there, felony.
It was a felony for a pen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to do like all these years of probation. And it was
But the
stupid
prices
just to
is
get
good,
it
though.
knocked down to a misdemeanor, huh?
But the prices are good over there. You get rich off weed. Back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know a lot of.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. I mean, honestly.
I mean,
yeah, but like especially back then.
you can't choose what you want. You can't just be like going somewhere and get whatever strain you want either.
That's why you got to send them out.
Bro, I remember one time we were going to South by Southwest, me and a bunch of homies, and as we're pulling in to Austin, some fool rolls up on us. He's like, he's seen our license plate. It was California.
Yeah.
It's already.
Like, y'all from California?
You got it?
Yeah. He's like, y'all need weed? We're like, yes.
Was it trash?
It was all right. I mean, it was cool for Texas at the time.
Right.
Yeah, better than not having.
How long ago was it?
This was 2014.
Okay, so Austin was decriminalized.
Yeah.
Austin decriminalized probably around that time.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if you were in Austin, you were cool. You were good.
Austin's cool.
Anywhere else in Texas, you were fucked. Now Houston has been decriminalized.
As it should be.
Yeah. And so now it's kind of like Houston and Austin, it's cool. I don't know about Dallas, but I know those two cities, like,
Dallas a little more conservative, right? Like, so,
Yeah.
it might take.
because they're up north near the Bible Belt.
Right. What's funny also, they have like Dallas is like more conservative, but also has more gay people than.
Really?
Yeah, they have like a huge gay population.
You would know.
Like more than San
He knows.
Francisco?
like per capita.
Isn't
it's-
San Francisco supposed to be
up
the
there.
like?
Yeah, like there's Frisco, Atlanta. There's like cities, but it's up there.
No wonder you want to go
snap.
visit. He was just
That's
telling us.
why.
I smelled some
figured it out.
dank earlier.
Figured it out. We're gonna go to.
He's from West Hollywood.
Oh,
I
yeah?
am not from West Hollywood, but
Come on, don't lie, fool.
you're from the San Francisco Valley. But no,
That's funny.
so at that point, you're doing all like the label work and account managing and all that for the label, right? But
And also kind of liaison also with Warner.
Okay.
WIA. Well, WIA was Warner, Electric, and Atlantic, and they all formed how do you call it? They merged.
Conglomerate, yeah.
Yeah, they merged into one company at the time to be a big distribution powerhouse for CDs, for physical.
Mm-hmm.
And then also that's when digital downloads first started.
Mm-hmm.
So then they started distributing digital downloads. And then since it was just starting everywhere, like iTunes just came out, and it was something called MSN Music, I think, where you could also download music. They needed all their catalog to be switched over to like metadata, so it could be downloaded and
Oh, wow.
and set up with digital. So I learned how to do all that stuff, and I did the whole catalog, and like I kind of like really learned the catalog. So I learned a lot doing that. You know what I mean? Like, and I got to talk to everybody at Warner Latina and at WIA, and I was kind of like the go-between also between them and Arthur Coy, because he didn't speak Spanish, but I speak Spanish. So like, since I was there in the office with him, then I would just,
makes a lot. But
Yeah.
but you're also still working on music throughout the whole time.
and then I would literally be in the office during the day, and I'd be there till about 6 or 7, and then I would go right next door to the studio, because the studio's in the same warehouse. It's in the warehouse. It's a big ass warehouse.
That's dope.
It was, and like near downtown Houston. So, and people from all over the country would go to visit the Dope House Records. Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy. We'd have just visitors every day. You know what I mean? Like, just come and they want to just take pictures or come take a tour inside the murals that are out there and stuff. Like, it was like an icon. It was like right there in Houston. And I actually had rented a house to where I would be like not too far from there. So I would just go there, then I go to the studio, and then I would go home, and the house was like I could walk.
Yeah.
Really, I could walk home, but
I feel like Texas is so spread out and big, you can't walk anywhere there. But
that's true. But I'm just saying, like, that's
Yeah,
how close I
it's
was
right
to
there.
where I was at. Yeah, at the time.
So, did you wind up receiving any negative backlash for being like, yo, I'm SPM's wife, when there's so many people that have this great deal of disdain for him because they're like, hey, like, this dude did this, you know what I mean? Like,
So before the wife and everything, I had people. Yeah. That was from the beginning, from jump.
But
I would go on tour with Juan Gotti, and we would run into some people that weren't very friendly with it, you know. And you just learn how to deal with it. And then, you know, I would write him, and I'd be like, how do I deal with this? I don't know what to say. You know, he'd tell me what to say. And
what would he tell you to say?
no, he would just always be like, oh, you know, always approach the situation with love and and don't respond with like any kind of hate or anything like that. Like, people just don't know. They're just ignorant. They don't know the case and stuff like that. They don't know that I got railroaded. You know, like, he would just say stuff like that. Like, he would just say, this is, you know, you just gotta, like, people just don't know. And and tell them if they want to find out, if they want to be educated on it, you know. He used to have a website, this lady that ran, where she put all the paperwork up there, and she would talk about all the little parts in it. You know what I'm saying? And he would tell me to refer to this website or whatever. Yeah. I'm trying to remember her name right now. I feel so bad that I don't remember her name, but I was in contact with her for a long time. She was so nice. She was like always putting stuff up on this website. But anyway, shout out to her. But yeah, so that was pretty much, I dealt with that the whole time.
I can imagine.
Now when I was married to him, yeah, I dealt with it every now and then, but for the most part, no.
No net
Because just a little bit, but not like now. But when we were married, no, it wasn't like that.
Now, as someone that I don't know what I've read, because there's so much different paperwork that's gone around. I've seen people use the paperwork to try to prove that he's guilty. I've seen other people try to use it to prove that he's innocent. Like, at the end of the day, like, it's really difficult
which is real
to know what's real and what's what. What would you say to try to convince somebody that it's not true?
I mean, I'm not going to try to convince anybody that it's not true.
It's a baby
anymore. I'm going to just, like, I let people, like, you think what you want to think. You decide what you want to decide. You know what I'm saying? The actual stuff is out there for public knowledge. I'm not here to tell you what to think or tell you why it's not true.
The website,
like, at this point, I'm not married to him anymore. I don't feel like I need to be out here advocating.
You're not the spokesperson.
I'm not the spokesperson.
You're done with that shit.
I'm done. I've moved on. Like, you know, I've been with him for a couple years now. So it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, that's not me anymore. Like, I've already moved on from that situation. Let somebody else do it. But it's all out there. Like I say, it's all out there in public knowledge. Like, I guess you got to pay for it, obviously.
Right.
You just Google it or what?
Yeah, you can find paperwork.
Yeah,
you can get it. You can buy transcripts.
Yeah.
You can buy court transcripts for anything.
Oh, dope.
Mm-hmm.
Interrogation footage.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah.
How much is that? They're making their money, huh?
They got you somehow. Shit.
Is it expensive?
Huh?
Is it
Not
expensive?
that expensive.
No?
Yeah, like less than $100, I'm pretty sure. Like, yeah. But
yeah, I carried a label, like, you know what I'm saying, and represented that shit for like 20 years. So it's like, I was out there with the fans, with the people the whole time.
You held him down for a long ass time, and now, like, apparently he's on the precipice of coming home pretty soon, right?
Yeah.
Like, why did y'all wind up splitting up so close to, you know, him potentially coming home?
It was a lot of things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really like to discuss it. It's just a lot of things, but, you know, it just, at the end of the day, it wasn't meant to be. So.
But you still are amicable. Okay. You guys.
No.
Oh, you're not.
I mean, I'm not.
You cut him off like that?
Well, I just think it's better to do that.
You got a side
That's
child.
best.
My God, it makes a lot of sense.
I think it's best to just cut the cord and just, you know, don't need any kind of.
So, was it?
Had to deal with enough bullshit, you know, online and stuff. So you know what I'm saying? For someone not to care about that, it's like I'm not gonna give you the satisfaction of, like, ever talking to me. So, you know.
So there's an artist from out here, pretty well known and respected in the Chicano rap scene, Ms. Lady Pinks, the queen of the SGV. And you guys did a record together, a couple records or just one record?
We did a few.
You did, like, Tokyo was one of them, I think, and you had another one too, right? And you guys were cool, obviously.
Yeah.
Doing records.
But I don't really want to speak on her because she's really not. Yeah.
Well, because it's very, like, apparently, like,
it's not really. It's not anything I need to speak. It's not something to speak on. It's not important.
Why are you guys not cool?
Relevant. it's not relevant
Lost right
to
here.
anything
No.
Well, yeah.
that I'm doing, so I don't really want to speak on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. She had made some comments or whatever.
Oh yeah. People make comments. Let them.
So coming up next, you dropped a new single today, right? Or is it tomorrow?
No, I dropped a new single on the 1st.
On the 1st.
Wait, when did I drop it? I can't remember anymore. Was it the 1st? Yeah, it was the 1st.
Okay.
On the 1st, Shots Fired with Juan Gotti.
Fire.
Shots
brother.
fired.
Thank
Fire.
you.
Shots are really fired?
Yeah.
What's that song?
It's talking about shots fired at us.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, because that's how Gotti starts off the song, like, shoot your shot. You know, we're going to laugh that off. Like, we're talking about shots fired at us. We good.
Is that basically just like on some like, hey, we in the top position, we making moves, other fools wish they had our spot, like.
It's just kind of like, you know, like we've been doing this for a long time, him and I. Like, we've been making music together for a long time, and people like all of a sudden people want to trip now, like at the end, you know, people always just like shooting slugs and shit. Like, what the fuck? Like we have no hate towards anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we just do our thing.
Yeah.
But it's mainly about like people that just want to like, damn, why you fucking with me? I have literally don't, like, we've been through so much shit. Like, we have so much shit to deal with in our lives. Like that's the last thing, you know, we're thinking about is like,
We ain't
you know,
tripping on y'all.
or like
You know.
comments, you know, people making comments.
Net bangers.
Yeah.
Net bangers, but net bangers are great for the algorithm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those comments, even
That's
if
why I
they,
said
laugh.
let them make the comments.
Yeah.
But me, I don't have nothing to say. You know, because it's not relevant. Like, it's not important. You know, people do that because they want attention. They want you to acknowledge the shit, and I'm not gonna do that. It's just
Yeah.
not worth it. You know what I'm saying? For
Spread
what?
love, not hate,
it's
homie.
just crazy because
I don't have no hate. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
yeah, well, you like are a serious hip hop head. You're a talented artist. You really know your shit. You're dope. Pushing line for Rasa. Like, I bucks with all that. It's just crazy, the juxtaposition of like this package that's very valuable, and then like the controversy of like
Yeah.
the whole. It's like this crazy dichotomy. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
does that ever frustrate you? Like, fuck.
It frustrates me on the daily. So, but I mean, what can I do? Like, whatever. I mean, obviously, this was like God's purpose or whatever, right? Like, this is what I was supposed to be doing for all these years. I fulfill whatever purpose I was supposed to be doing, and obviously, I'm still supposed to be here fulfilling some kind of a purpose because the fans obviously like still want to like, you know, they still want me around. They still want to hear me. They still want to see me sing and hear me sing, and you know what I mean. So I'm like, as long as they still look up to me for that, or they look to me for that, and they're asking for that, like, I'm gonna just keep on doing it. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't move with any kind of like hate or anything, or beef or talking no shit or anything.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like, so that's why I like, and I'm not gonna. That's why I'm not gonna respond to no shit like that, because that's all it is like just people trying to get something out of you, a reaction out of you.
It's tripped me out because like I'd seen the songs y'all had together, so I was like, oh, they cool. And then, but you know, Pinks is very outspoken about SPM. She's not fucking with you. Saw the whole.
Yeah, now she is. Yeah.
Well, yeah, she got into it with Jenny 6ix9ine.
Wasn't then, but yeah,
Like,
all of a sudden.
that's the thing that that is confusing to me. Like, that's why I asked. But you know, I get it if you don't want to elaborate.
No, because that's the whole. Look, okay, the reason why I don't is the whole point. See what I'm saying? This is all for attention. Like, let me get something so I can have my name and no, bro. Like,
And it sucks because y'all actually sound good together.
I'm good. Yeah, like I'm good. Like I'm good. Keep your little, you know, I'm cool over here. Like, I don't have no problems with anything.
You wouldn't work with her again?
Huh?
You wouldn't work with her again?
I wouldn't work with anybody. I'm not gonna work with anybody who's like just yeah. That's crazy, man. Like, that's crazy. Like, I you know, I work with people who are genuine, who genuinely want to work with me, who genuinely fuck with me, not people who want to just use me. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Just use me for an agenda.
Well,
So, and that's that's all I'm gonna say.
no, it makes sense.
I just want to be around genuine people. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I usually attract. So you know what I'm saying? I always pretty much prided myself on that. But every once in a while, shit happens.
Your vibe attracts your tribe.
Yeah.
And I get it. And shouts to both of y'all. Whatever. Best of luck to both of y'all. You feel me? And right now, Texas is on fire in the rap game. Houston might be like the most cracking city in all of hip hop. When you look at the overall landscape, you look at, you know, the Megans and the Travis Scotts and all that. There's so much. And then of course, like the, you know, with the rise of D Baby, with that Mexican OG,
Yeah.
you know, and then you got Big X the Plug and Maxo, and there's just so much talent. Do you feel like a part of that way, like you connecting with that generation and this wave that's so activated right now?
I'm really excited to see it. And what's cool is that I like got to judge a contest that Mexican OT, we voted for Mexican OT to win.
Oh, that's lit.
At the Hustletown Network. And that was like the first time he was, you know,
that's
he kind of got, you know, Houston was like, well, who's this guy, you know?
Who's this dirty baby?
Yeah, so it felt cool to like, oh shit, I voted for this kid. And then I had seen him at South by Southwest like the year after, and I was like, hey, what's up? Like, and then I was like, oh man, it's cool to see you, like, you know, coming up like this. Because it was just a year after that. He was already blowing up a year after that. After
he's out here now.
After that contest. Yeah.
That's dope. You had a hand, like you recognized the talent that
I was part of the,
Yeah. Do you,
there was 3 judges.
Why do you feel like there's this weird rivalry or like between Cali and Texas? Like,
because you have better food.
Like, what is it? Is it the food? Or like,
I think it's because we both are like the big states, right?
Ooh.
We both have
In and Out.
all the raza. Okay, we got it. Texas got it. Cali got it. We got it. You know what I'm saying?
We got our own styles each.
Yes.
Better food.
And the environments are so different. They're not so different, but they are. Because I've lived in both places, so I can tell you, like, it's definitely different environments, like different, like people raised in different environments. So I think that creates like rivalry sometimes because you don't understand, like what people don't understand, they fear, right? And then what they fear, they start to like hate because they don't understand it. So like that's what creates friction because you don't understand, like you don't understand where I'm coming from, I don't understand where you're coming from. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
fear, I mean, fear is the primary driving force behind racism. And it's all based on not understanding.
It is.
Because you haven't experienced these people, so you're gonna.
Yeah, ignorance is what drives the fear, which creates like the hate. So it's like a cycle like that. But also, you know, when people like try to start shit, you know what I'm saying, online, it's like they just start a whole thing up again with Cali and Texas, like, and you just see it, and it's like so easy to fall into, you know? It's so easy to fall into that. And like people feed off of drama.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, they feed off of drama.
And I it's funny because like random shit, because there was one of the food pages had made a post talking about SPM being like upcoming release, and I made like a really fucked up comment talking shit about that fool, like, but it was a joke, you feel me? But Texas got on my helmet so tough. I had like hundreds of inboxes from little Edgars in fucking Texas.
What was the joke, fool?
The joke was
Edgars did originate in Texas.
Big
I do
Edgars.
truly believe
Oh, for
this.
sure.
You dated Edgar for sure.
I think they originated in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
That is my
Bakersfield.
firm belief. I stand by that.
I feel like
Bakersfield in Texas has it.
Ground Zero Edgar movement, I want to say, was probably Texas.
What was the joke, fool?
So the joke was,
Dallas more specifically.
it said SPM's about to get released, but I said, damned if he do, damned if he don't. Just make sure he's not around any quinceañeras when he comes home. It was something to that effect. And yeah, the Tejanos were on my fucking helmet about that shit. But like, you know, hey, like I used to love Bro's music. I heard all that shit and I was like, hell no, personally. But you know, it's interesting talking to somebody like you who has way more inside knowledge and information. And regardless of all that, you got my support. You're a dope individual, and I
Thank
want to see
you.
you continue to push the line.
Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, I've been making music forever. I've got 10 albums out independently, so and
That's-
2 screwed and
that's-
chopped.
Ooh, chop not slop, baby. Come on.
OG Ron C, that's my boy.
One of the real ones.
He used to press up my Medicine Girl CDs. He used to actually press up my CDs for me, so he could tell you that I used to push CDs. I would come up every week, 500 more, 500 more, 500 more. He'd be like, damn.
You're a beast.
So he can tell you my numbers. Like she moved like 20,000 units for sure.
That's right. Like, every pill comes with a free CD.
No.
double trapping.
No, you know what's crazy about that Medicine Girl CD, that album? That's when I made my promise to God that I was gonna take my last re-up money and put it into pressing up my CDs, and that was it.
Boom.
And I stopped after
No more
that. I didn't do
pressing.
nothing no more.
Hey, you
Pills.
kept putting it in the dope game, but a different dope game. You feel me?
Yeah, the legal. Yeah.
Yeah. Legal drug thugs.
Yep.
God-fearing woman. That's dope.
With that
I do
being
believe in
said,
that.
what would you like the people to know about you that they might not already know?
Damn, I don't know. That's put me on the spot, huh?
That's it's like the worst best question of all time. Because it's so vague and ambiguous, but this is your time to shine.
Something that they don't know though.
Or something you want them to know that they might not know.
Oh,
What do you want the people to know?
Body count.
so I do smoke weed. I do not smoke tobacco blunts.
Oh, okay.
I smoke hemp wraps,
And brands.
but they're hemp blunts, but not tobacco. I haven't smoked tobacco blunts in a very long time.
Hemp blunts? Okay. Sounds kind of disgusting, but you might be.
Though Zigzag has a really, really good one that I
Okay.
like.
Okay.
And then, yeah, and Hemperillos, they're pretty good.
Well, shit, George Washington said it was good, so it must be. With
Just saying.
With that being said,
I like to consider myself a connoisseur of sorts, you know?
okay.
So I like to spread the information when possible about smoking accessories and yeah.
So you're a cannabis advocate.
I am free the weed
That's
all
right.
day. I went to jail too many times for cannabis, for little tiny bullshit amounts of cannabis.
Yeah.
And a little vape pen that turned into like this big thing. So yeah. Fuck that. I'm a cannabis advocate. I've been like that. I've been for a long time.
Well, you heard it here first. Carolyn's in the building. You feel me? Like
Yes.
you're definitely welcome. Next time you and Cali slide through.
Thank you.
Rock with us. Keep pushing the line.
Yes,
And,
sir.
with that being said, where can they follow you at?
Carolyn Rodriguez on all platforms or Medicine Girl on X.
Okay, that's right. And if you can't spell Carolyn Rodriguez, shit, you feel
Not with an S, y'all.
Yeah.
It's not with an S. It's
Spanish
with a Z.
conquistador is not Portuguese.
And it's not Caroline. It's Carolyn. With the YN.
That's for the Carolyn's for sure the white side, huh?
Well, Carolyn is the female. Is the American word for Carolina.
Carolina.
That's my name. I was named after North Carolina, the state.
Oh, yeah, you
so
were.
my name is actually Carolina, but we have people like that couldn't pronounce it when I was younger, and
They're like Catalina, ain't that the island? Over?
That's the island over there, down there, California. A.
With that being said, thank you so much for blessing us with your presence, and we about this biatch, out this biatch.
Peace.